everybody. I'm just having a late night skate, and I thought I'd talk about an important issue, and that's ex-vegans. So, been a number of people lately, a number of people with varying degrees of intelligence. I've been seeing kind of a common trend between these people, and it's not that necessarily they did anything wrong, but it's just selfishness. And I wanted to talk about that selfishness.
We got the information, but what we gonna do? Die from mad cow or the avian flu? I try so hard to stay away from man-made. Wrong fools with mentality back to slave. Pride in your water just to make you behave. Wrong fools with mentality back to slave. We gotta grow our own food, agriculture's our trade. Wrong fools with mentality back to slave.
Ex-vegans. A number of people with varying degrees of intelligence. I've been seeing kind of a common trend between these people, but it's just selfishness. These people, who claim to have gone vegan for ethical reasons, I suspect that all of these people were brought up a certain way. There was a guy in my Discord a while back who talked about how he went vegan and wasn't related to, the conversation that he went vegan, but he was talking about his childhood at one point, and he said he had an amazing childhood. His parents always loved him, supported him, never yelled, and, were always just really nice and loving. And a few months later, an ex-vegan. And his reasoning for it was he couldn't build muscle as a vegan. And look, I don't think any of these people, ex-vegans, have that sort of mindset where they think they do have to meet some expectations to be a good person. So it makes it that much easier for them when they quit veganism to be okay with themselves, to be able to look themselves in the mirror, go to bed at night, because no matter what they do, they'll always be special, they'll always be loved. And I know that I have to meet these sorts of expectations to be a good person, to be not even special, just to be a decent freaking human being.
We ate from the earth, so we communicated with it. We cut the conversation out, check the situation. See, blacks the leaders in heart disease, cancer. We give them money like pills is the answer. Damn, I'd be wrong if I didn't pass the info. Hormones in the food got you thinking like a nympho. Wonder why all these young girls so pink, like a baseball player. Steroids is it.
I had a very trippy out-of-body experience when I was in the hospital one time, and I had this sensation that I was dying. I could feel my heart slow down, and I felt like death wash over me. And a few seconds after that, I left my body, and my consciousness molded into the universe. Every planet, galaxy, molecule, every living thing felt like a part of my fingertips. And I felt a sense of connection to everything that I had never felt before. This was before I went vegan, by the way, but I think it's a major reason why I ended up becoming vegan and staying vegan. In that moment, when I felt so connected to everything, I realized that the harm that you commit against other creatures is the harm that you're going to have to experience yourself. This might not be true. It's just what I experienced and what I felt, but I do think it's meaningful. When you rape these animals, torture them, keep them in confined spaces, you're going to have to live that out yourself at one point and experience that same suffering. Bottom line, animal products don't cure any of these problems like bad skin, painful periods, muscle cramps. You're just an idiot. You're just a stupid, selfish idiot.
We got the information, but what we gonna do? Die from mad cow or the avian flu?
staying vegan.